This is not just another golf podcast. This is Golf Underground. This is Golf Underground. We just happen to be the third funniest podcast in golf. Anyway, we interview PGA Tour pros, Hall of Fame athletes, rock stars, business leaders. Sure, we talk about golf, but we have fun. All right, let's do it. Welcome to Golf Underground. Now your hosts, Wardo, Sully, and MLB Hall of Famer, George Brett.
Thanks for joining the Golf Underground. Now, the Golf Underground is brought to you by Star Companies, KC. Experience a more energy-efficient and comfortable home with Star's insulation services. Regain Functional Medicine. Feel better, function better, move better, and look better. Regal Distributing, specializing in the distribution of food service and professional cleaning supplies to a variety of industries. Cowell Insurance, providing brokerage and risk management services for over 25 years. Sono Orthopedics, care plans backed by research and clinical results tailored perfectly to individual needs. Bob Sight Ford and Bob Sight Independence Kia, where you'll score a double eagle on your next car or truck. Sheridan's Unforked, eating good and feeling good. Lewisburg Ford, nobody sells more F-150s than Lewisburg Ford. And Celebrity Greens, put a custom PGA caliber putting green in your backyard for the ultimate golf experience. Now, onto the program.
All right, hey, welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming. It's a huge crowd today, which means if you have any questions, feel free to ask. You know, every year they invite us out to just do a little warm-up. And it's always interesting for us at the Golf Underground. Again, it's me, George Brett, and Kevin Ward. This is really our only event that we get that's professional golf here in town, right? And so it's a huge honor to have these athletes and golfers and it's always interesting to me when we get either someone like Charlie over here, who's on the PGA Latin America Tour, who's been working with the golf stable forever, had his first victory here 1 month ago. Big round of applause for Charlie, Latin America Tour champion. Yeah, from New Zealand. But it's these stories of how do you get to the top are really important. And, we can have them in and not really understand what's in their brains. But to me, the real fun part is this journey that gets them there. And they all come from different parts of the world, different parts of the country, different stories. And there's some commonality in how they got here. And that's what I'm always interested in is, how do you – this is only one stop along the way, right? The goal is to keep going. But I'm always interested in how do you get to the next level? And when you don't, like what goes through your brain, right? I mean, so that's sort of the interesting stuff. So maybe we'll go down the list here. We got Michael Feagleton. Kidding. Feagles. Mike Feagles. Where are you from?
I'm from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Scottsdale, Arizona. Okay. Next.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm Cody Blick. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay. Dylan.
Dylan Wu from Medford, Oregon.
Okay. Speaking of that thing, too, if you could. Medford, Oregon. All right. Wade?
Wade Binfield from Atlanta, now Overland Park, Kansas.
Next.
Ben Kohles from Cary, North Carolina, and live in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida now.
Nice. Have you guys ever played against each other, other than every weekend?
Every week, pretty much.
Are you buddies?
Yeah.
What's it like? Do you develop a bunch of friendships out on tour or while you're trying to beat each other?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we all, we've all played against each other some guys are, different ages, but, coming up through college, even junior golf, a lot of the guys that kind of make it out and, you just kind of form relationships with guys over the course of years, if you're staying on the same tour for a couple years or, even moving up or moving back down, you see a lot of the same faces, especially been doing it 11 years as I have now. So, yeah, but, we're all pretty cordial still. I'm sure we all want to beat each other, but, it's definitely a little bit more laid back on the Korn Ferry Tour than the PGA Tour. So
I'm sure. And you said you grew up where?
Cary, North Carolina.
Cary, North Carolina. Okay, awesome. And of course, it's kind of cool here to have Dylan back, who's Dylan Wu, who's now on tour. He's talking about his schedule coming up over the next few weeks, which it's getting really fun now, right?
Yep.
So you've been here. You played here 2 years ago. Well, you played here for 2 years, so you made that next step, and you're playing really well, right?
Yeah, it's been great. Second year on tour. Have a week off, and Advent Health's one of my sponsors, and they've been great to me. So it was perfect. Have an off week. I mean, I wish I was in the PGA, but get to hang out here, play some golf, and eat some good barbecue. So hard to beat. Get to see some old buddies that are grinding it out, and I just get to relax and play in the Pro-Am tomorrow from the up tee. So it should be fun.
How many strokes do I get tomorrow?
Are you playing with
2
him?
aside.
9 holes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4?
I'll give you 1.5.
All right. Well, listen.
You
I
get a
want
cart and the up tee, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's pure.
So we talked a little bit about this journey and memories getting at, first of all, when you're here. But Ben, you've got a pretty cool deal, right? In that your first 2 tournaments started with Web, right? The web.com. And so tell us about the back-to-back victories. And that was, 10 years ago?
Yeah, that was in 2012, almost 11 years ago. Yeah, I just kind of came out of college and played some amateur tournaments over the summer. It was kind of a funny story. I was ranked 51st in the world amateur rankings, and top 50 got you into the USAM. And then so I got a spot in the Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship, and they called me the week before. So I was going to turn pro that week, and then I got a call from the USGA saying that someone had turned pro, before the deadline or whatever. So I actually moved up to 50 and got in the USAM, which was, I think, the same week or the week after that tournament. So it was a brief debate of kind of, should I go play in the USAM or just turn pro this week? And luckily made the right decision and turned pro, and then ended up winning that week and the next week. So it was pretty fun little start to my career.
That's awesome.
Omaha.
And so after a couple weeks of that, were you thinking, this ain't so hard after all?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it seemed really
right?
easy at first, and then
right?
only took me 11 years later to win again. So, yeah, no, it was, it's one of those weeks, I just kind of everything was clicking. I was playing great going in, and, I just felt like I didn't really put any pressure on myself, didn't really have any expectations, just go out and play golf. And, that's seemingly what kind of I've done, this year is kind of gotten back to that and feel a lot more freed up, and I've been playing some good golf.
But what changed after those first 2? I mean, did you feel more pressure, or was it I could definitely hang/beat these guys?
Yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't say more pressure, but I mean, certainly you've got expectations in your head that you can win, and you start to go through some struggles over the course of a year, and definitely struggled for 2 or 3 years after I turned pro, and I mean, you really kind of just got to find yourself. It's, what everyone talks about, the grind is all about. I mean, you got to really just dig deep and get back to that self-belief that got you there in the first place.
Yep. Good. And wait, grab that mic. So how long, because you've been through this journey, right?
Sure.
Of sort of, you're in it, you're going all in, I'm committing to doing this, which is, this is sort of purgatory to some. Right, it really is, right? And at some point, we had a guy on a few years ago who had been on the PGA tour for probably 6-7 years, and was back down here, and he was real honest. He's like, I struggle with this, like with my wife and my family, and this. Now he was older, so he's got to, he had the urgency to make a decision on this, but. How do you decide to fully commit to golf? And, at what point is it, oh, my gosh, I'm looking around and these young guys, they're not getting any worse, right? They're bombing the ball. They're stud athletes. Like, what goes through your brain on whether I stay in or fully commit or don't commit, should I say?
I don't know. I mean, the perspective part of it's really certainly interesting. Like, Santiago was the only tournament I was going to get in all year. So there was not a single person happier to spend that much money on a plane ticket to go down there, right?
Yeah.
And you hear it in player dining sometimes too, especially the first couple events are guys that are coming back from the PGA Tour, going back down to play Korn Ferry Tour, and they're like, ugh, back here again, right? So it's certainly perspective, but what else am I going to do? Right? Like, I teach golf and stuff, and that's fun, but there's nothing more fun than being out here every week.
Yeah.
Like, there really isn't.
Right.
So it's what I've always wanted to do since I quit baseball. So why not?
Yeah.
So it's maybe a little bit more difficult to wake up early in the morning now that I'm 36 and not 23 and go do what you need to do. But at the end of the day, it's all about perspective, and, certainly not being outside the ropes at this tournament last year was fun. I think I just kind of needed that time away, because it kind of turned into Groundhog Day in 20 and 21, and you're not playing any good, and you have to go play every week, and you're hoping to try to find something. But again, the perspective part of it's probably the most important.
And you're
part.
playing good right now.
Yeah, my game feels like it's pretty good. Again, I think just getting into Santiago kind of last, like they called Sunday, and I flew down there Monday, right? So I didn't really have any time to think about it, and I don't think my game had any rust on it that week, as kind of what I was expecting. But again, I didn't have any expectations. I hadn't played a tournament since final stage of Q school. So I didn't have any expectations. It was just like, go play. Right? So I think we get in our own way a lot more than we realize we do.
I bet. But again, everyone's different, right? It's there's so many different personalities. I liken this to like coaches, right? The Tony Dungy's of the world versus sort of the Bobby Knight. And you see the same thing with golfers, right? Where you've got the enthusiastic, maybe a little bit more fired up, then you got the even keel. Dylan, I'll ask you, right? Because you've been through this journey, and you're still in the journey. The journey never ends, right? What do you think it was about your personality that helped you get to the next level?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're still going through it right now. Just the line is so super thin. Like, people have been asking me, like, what's the difference between the PGA Tour and Korn Ferry? And it's like, these guys are just as good. It's pretty much playing good golf at the right time. It's kind of getting hot. And I think the biggest thing I've learned in professional golf is kind of learning not to be anybody else and just try to be the best version of myself every single day. I mean, the best athletes talk about focusing on the process. Like, we all talk about it, but it's still really, really hard to do. Just trying to do the small things a lot better, just trying to stay patient, stay hungry. I think that's what you see a lot of young guys, like, who are making it to the PGA Tour and having immediate success. Is like, they're hungry for more, and they want to win. They embrace the stage, and I think that's the mindset you kind of need to have. Now it's like, no matter how you're going to play when you're near the top, it's like, it's going to be a great experience no matter what, so might as well just seize the moment. And I think more and more players are doing that at an earlier age. And for me, I think the success I've had a little more this year than last year on tour is just trying to stay patient and kind of focus on every shot and just not be bothered by anything, like a bad break or anything like that. I always joke around, like, my buddies and I on tour, like, we joke around that the top players have magnets out there. Like, you see Spieth at the players slicing it, going in the water, hits a guy, goes in the middle of the fairway, makes eagle. Or like JT, ball's going in the water, like, bounces like 4 times, goes in back play. So, like, there's definitely a mental part of it that you got to have, like, stay patient and kind of stay the course of the long journey. But no, luckily I can tell you, being on the PGA Tour and then also playing on the Korn Ferry, it's definitely easy if you fall back down to get in the mentality that, hey, this kind of sucks because you're playing for less money, you're traveling to, like, maybe less cool places. But at the end of the day, like, if you have the perspective, like, hey, I'm gonna grind and get back to the PGA Tour and, like, work hard, just like how Ben's been doing this year, like, that's the perspective I think more people should have. Because I'm actually really surprised when I was on the Korn Ferry, like, how many of the veteran guys and older guys were very unhappy coming back to the Korn Ferry. Like, this life sucks. It's like, no, you're still playing professional golf.
Right.
It's still pretty good, but it just shows the ups and downs of golf can definitely throw you off pretty quickly.
Did anything surprise you once you got there? Like, you just mentioned that you had to kind of you had to stay yourself, right? You couldn't try to be Rory, who you said, you were mildly enamored with / man crush.
Yeah.
I believe is how you put it.
I wouldn't say there's anything that's what was your question again? Like, what surprised me when I got there?
So you had to get there, and you're like, okay, so I got to act like I belong here. I suppose everyone it goes through that, right?
It's definitely
act
hard.
Like you belong.
It's just the small stuff being a rookie. Like, they always say that rookie year is the hardest. And it's honestly just the small stuff. Like, even if you're a rookie on the Korn Ferry, like, knowing where to park, knowing where to stay, knowing where registration is, like, knowing where the first hole is, you kind of just look like, you feel like a deer in headlights because you're like, where am I going? Just some of that stuff, but also, like, getting used to playing in front of bigger crowds, and actually everything's just bigger out there. Like, there's more security, there's more volunteers, there's TV and everything. So it's kind of just being comfortable comfortable being uncomfortable, because I think when you're playing in front of more fans and everything, like you automatically become more uncomfortable, but then you slowly get used to it. I can tell you, like my second year on tour, it's been nicer just going to courses a second time.
Right.
And like you kind of just, you just kind of get more comfortable. That's like the biggest thing.
Can you go up? Let's take any one of the top 20, the big names, the folks who we all know. Would you ever feel comfortable last year or even this year going up and saying, hey, can I pick your brain for a little bit? Can you give me some advice on this? Are you comfortable doing that? And then are those folks comfortable in giving advice to others?
Yeah, I honestly was pretty comfortable doing that last year. I did it to a couple buddies who were about the same age as me, like Colin Morikawa, Victor Hovland at the time had the same swing coach as me. So I played with them, like, and some other guys. Like most of the guys are pretty friendly. I think the hardest part is going up to ask them about it. Like, or honestly, the easy way is having your caddy go ask the other caddy if they want to play. That's another way of kind of deterring you from going to ask somebody, a top player. But honestly, most of them are pretty nice about it. I've got to play a few practice rounds with some veterans, and I think you learn a lot because they're eager to, like, as long as you're being cordial and you want to learn, I think most of them are glad to help out. So luckily, it's more just the step of asking. But most of the guys are very friendly, and I've definitely learned a lot my rookie year from some of the older guys that were on tour. And you just learn a lot also playing with them. Like I remember playing with Adam Scott at the RSM, and I'm like, wow, this guy's has the best swing in golf. And then I'm watching him, I'm like, wow, he's hitting some pretty bad shots for having such a perfect swing. But couldn't be a nicer guy.
And great hair. I mean, he's a handsome
couldn't be a
kid.
nicer guy. But yeah,
Was he wearing that tan sweater?
He was wearing a blue sweater.
Okay.
Blue sweater.
Sounds like you don't like that tan sweater.
I know.
Have you heard him tell that story about he wore it every day at Riviera because it was the only one he had and the temperature never changed?
I didn't hear that.
Okay.
He's such a nice guy. Most of the guys are nice. I mean, there's some stories of the guys that aren't nice, but those guys kind of left.
Would you ever give the initials of guys who aren't nice?
Probably. I have to think about it.
Get him a Duke, and we can probably get that.
Actually, I don't know if I should say it now. There's some interesting characters. I'd say in professional sports, you kind of have to be weird to be a professional athlete. So there's definitely some odd guys. But most of the guys are normal.
entourages too, right? I mean, even your friends. Several of us are friends with Woodland, and now you got your fitness coach, your sports psychologist. Has that changed for you? Do you have an army now when you didn't have it here at Blue Hills?
Definitely don't have an army, but I have my trainer come out to like one every 5 events. But there's like certain guys that have armies. Like Hideki has an army, like legit. Like he has like a media guy and video guy that follows him all the time. There's like 6 or 7 guys. Oh. And like when Bryson was playing on tour, I remember playing in the U.S. Open. This guy has like so many people. So I think the one thing is like there's a lot of camaraderie on the Korn Ferry, like young guys like room together, hang out, play practice rounds, and on the PGA Tour, I wouldn't say it's a little more serious, but like usually guys are older, you have families, you have your team and your family, so you kind of have your own little lifestyle. So I think that's what makes the Korn Ferry great is like you have really good friendships that you probably have for a long time, where you play practice rounds, you're on your own, you probably can't really make enough money to have your family travel all the time, versus a PGA Tour, it's like a lot of some of the top guys, like they rent houses on the golf course, they have chefs, and it's like a different lifestyle for sure.
Hey, if Full Swing decided to follow you, would it be an interesting episode?
Probably not. I don't know. It'd be okay. It'd be something to do with food and stuff like that. But no, I don't think it'd be too interesting.
All right, cool, Dylan. Thanks. First of all, honestly, thanks for joining us. Welcome back to the hood to hang with your old posse. Right?
Thanks for slumming it.
And I hope this isn't one of those we don't play in as cool as areas as some of the others. All right. There you go. Perfect.
Guys, as the male body ages, testosterone levels steadily decline, and your body's become increasingly unable to produce healthy levels of the primary male hormone testosterone. At Regain Functional Medicine, we can help you regain your quality of life with testosterone replacement therapy. TRT improves brain function, sleep cycles, heart health, performance, and overall body composition so you can feel better, function better, move better, and look better. Visit us today at ifeelmuchbetter.com. Regain Functional Medicine, with locations in Lawrence and Leawood. Regain is better.
Hey, Brian Sullivan here, and I've got a tip for you. You've got to head to Unforked. It's an amazing restaurant. What I like about these guys is they promise to buy and support seasonal, local ingredients first. And I love the fact that they source from smaller, family, GAP certified, or organic farms, prime going regions, artisan producers. All I'm getting at is, if you like fresh stuff, Unforked is the place to be. And like they say it, fork or no fork, you can be sure you're getting the highest quality, socially responsible ingredients possible. And not to mention, it's delicious. So whether you're out south or downtown, stop by Unforked for a delicious and healthy meal. Sheridan's Unforked, honest, clean food.
Cowell Insurance Services is your leading program administrator for workers' compensation. They're dedicated to meeting the unique challenges of the insurance industry and assisting employers in reducing their costs. CIS has provided insurance claim and loss control services to various industries, including trucking, construction, retail convenience stores, and healthcare, as well as public entities for over 30 years. They work with both retail agents and industry clients, or a combination of the two. If you're tired of fighting the rising costs of premiums and claims, give Cowell Insurance Services a call. Their dedicated staff is ready to find you the best insurance option at the most competitive price. They can help to define or enhance your safety program in order to move you in the right direction in reducing your claim and premium costs. Contact Cowell Insurance Services today, 816-214-4070.
Hey, Brian Sullivan from the Golf Underground here with a little good news. And that good news is that even double-digit handicappers like me can occasionally make a double eagle. All right, maybe not on a golf course, but even guys like me can score when buying a new car or truck. I'm talking about 2 stores, 2 brothers, and 4 generations, treating customers just like family. I'm talking about our buddies at Bobsite Ford and Bobsite Independence Kia. With these guys, you'll always score 2 under, with double the inventory and double the customer satisfaction. That's the Bobsite Double Eagle. Now, Bobsite offers a wide selection of vehicles and promise to make the car buying process as quick and as hassle-free as possible. Now, whether you have poor credit, no credit, or maybe a first-time car buyer, you can trust Bobsite Ford, and Bobsite Independence Kia will get you into the car or truck you choose with professionalism and attention to your needs. So go visit our buddies at bobsite.com, but only if you're looking for a vehicle that makes you feel like a U.S. Open champion.
All right, Cody?
That's me.
So the word on the street was that the only reason you're golfing now is because you couldn't play basketball. And tell us a little bit about that.
4'11", 85 pounds in high school, you're not going to play basketball.
Right. Right. That was your setback. Would you have if you were maybe, 5'2" and quick?
No, I'm not Muggsy Bogues, so I don't think so. Yeah.
You don't.
Not quite.
All right, you've got a really funny story. Speaking of equipment malfunctions or tan vests, tell the folks about the time where your clubs were stolen.
Yeah, I actually played with Vinny over
Oh my God, greatest round I've ever seen in my entire life.
Talk about it.
Final round at final stage of Q School in 2018.
2018.
Oh, I remember that. It was a whirlwind, right?
Yeah.
I played a practice round with you.
You definitely kicked my ass.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was my first year playing final stage, and I really didn't play very well for 3 days. I was in 75th place, and
Appreciate it.
that's no offense, Vinny. That year it was a pretty easy golf course too. Like, I think actually dead last was even par at the end of the week.
Wow.
So I'm sitting in 75th, and top 40 gets starts. And so I knew it had to be a really low one. And, I woke up the Sunday morning of the final round, and, my coach went for a run that morning. He came back, and my clubs were supposed to be in the garage of the rental house, and came in the kitchen. I was making breakfast, and he said, hey, did you bring your clubs in the house? And I said, no, they're in the garage.
Oh, no.
And he said, well, no, they're not in the garage. So, full panic set in pretty hard.
It was that morning that you had to play?
It was that morning.
Yeah.
What time was your tee time?
Oh, gosh.
We were like 10.
Yeah, it was middle of the
Last off the back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're sitting in 75th. It's not too hot.
Wrong side of the horseshoe.
We're teeing off 10 for sure. It was that morning. And luckily my parents were there, so they kind of dealt with the police and filed the police report. And I got on the phone with the Titleist reps, and it's funny because they say golf is an individual sport, but it's such a team sport, and it's I had all these reps scrambling, trying to find some sort of equipment for me because the truck had left, And so I ended up with, wedges from the rental bin. I had like the superintendent's 9/8 7-iron, but he didn't have long iron. So then I had like rental 6.5 4-iron. I don't even know where the fairway woods came from.
What'd you shoot?
I shot 63. Yeah, I had 9 birdies, 9 pars.
Oh my!
Hit that driver off the deck into a par 5 that he'd never even he swung it like twice on the range. It was like, this will work.
Yeah,
That's funny.
It was a weird day, man. I showed up to the 10th tee, and those guys at the time didn't really know what was going on. I just had these Titleist reps around me on the range, just handing me random clubs, and it was one of those just blackout days. Dylan talked about focusing on every shot, and I think a situation like that, it really just makes you in the moment. Like truly in the moment, it's like I couldn't afford to think about the leaderboard. I'm standing over a 5-iron with a regular shaft that, I'm probably going to miss 60 yards right. And it's like, I don't know. I think it just takes away pressure, and it just puts you in the moment. And I just blacked out, honestly.
Isn't that funny though? No, you wonder if you did that once every 2 months, if they threw you some random ass clubs, how you would play. Yeah, I think this only applies to golf, right? But it's weird, right? How your brain it's like a little trigger, or it's just there's some sports psychologist guy who's got this thing figured out. It's not me, but it is funny how it's like, okay, I'm gonna. There's no real pressure here. If I come out and shoot a 70, it's gonna go. People are gonna be like, whoa, that was crazy, but that's funny.
It's honestly like being super sick. Like when you're super sick, it's like the same mentality. Like you have food poisoning or something like that. You're like, well, like this is going to suck. Might as well play. And then you play great. It's so weird.
The sick golfer. Yeah. It's so weird. Yeah, that's a good point too. Because, we come out here and, the trucks are with us every week, and they get us dialed down to the 1/4 of a degree on every club. And, you could still go miss the green with a 7-iron. I mean, pretty easily. Right. So it's... And exactly. Yeah, it's a funny game, man. I don't know. It was an interesting day, and it was definitely a lesson that I've taken with me. But I think you have to relearn that lesson every now and then.
Yeah, you wonder if you could trick yourself somehow to get to that spot. You know what I mean? Like,
you sound like you're going to steal my clubs this week.
Well, listen.
Don't give Sully an inch. He will take a mile.
It's important to know that I am a double-digit handicapper, and this was 3 years ago. There was a wedding at our golf club, and my clubs were stolen at the wedding. And so the next day I panicked just like you. I was afraid I wasn't going to shoot a 86. And so they gave me the Nike rentals. Played with them for 2.5 years.
Kept them.
Smart man. Yes, because each week when I go to that $5 Nassau, I know that there's no pressure on me with those Nike clubs.
Nike trial set, man. Don't even worry about it.
Pocket the insurance. Just pocket the insurance money.
Oh my God! All right, so just a couple final things with you, Cody. So doing some homework on you. Tiger's your main guy, but it was funny. I went back, I saw an old article, and you were 18 years old, and in fact, you were 4'11". And this comes from a guy who's 4'12", which makes me 5. And it was really cool to hear, you as a young kid, giving these answers. What's your favorite course? And I've ever played here. And
found an interview when I was 18.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. And your favorite player at the time, because you're big. The jury says you're a big Tiger guy, but your favorite player at the time was Rory.
That's not what I said.
The hell you didn't.
You're gonna have to pull up the video. Man.
It's right there. It could be that fake news.
I think that's fake news.
It could be that fake news. But Tiger's your guy, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up idolizing Tiger, and Dylan actually talked about it earlier. You got to be yourself, and that was something else I figured out this year was. We all grew up watching Tiger, and we all want to be like Tiger. And, he's so intense and animated. And I kind of just thought you had to be that way to be great. And I've kind of realized this year, man, I'm just trying to enjoy what we're doing and be happy. And good golf follows that. So, I grew up a Tiger freak.
Yeah, who didn't, right?
Yeah.
Who did? Maybe you'd have played basketball if Tiger wasn't around? Because you think of how many he influenced, right? I mean, especially at where you are, West Coast, right? I mean, he was the guy. He was the guy everywhere, right? But certainly, for your generation. All right, Michael. All right, where'd you grow up?
Scottsdale.
Lucky.
Still live there.
No wonder you're a good golfer. So you never considered basketball?
No. My brothers are 6'4", so I don't know what happened to me.
No way.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I mean, I like repost like them like doing 360 dunks and stuff, and these guys are always responding like, "Bro, what? You're out here playing golf?"
You got the kicker's gene, though.
Yeah.
You got the kicker gene.
Yeah.
All right. When did you join the Korn Ferry?
So I graduated from Illinois 2 years ago. Played a little bit in Canada that summer. Played a couple PGA Tour events, and then went to Q school in the fall. And I was out here full time last year as a rookie, so it's my second year out here.
Is second year any different?
Not really. I will say it's nicer to have seen golf courses, to be coming back to places for a second time. Kind of like what Dylan was talking about, like being a rookie, you just like, I was literally figuring out where to park. And like, and second time around, you kind of know your ways around spots, and it's like a comfort thing. So it's not very much different though. The golf ball's still doing the same thing it was a year ago.
Is it?
So you just, it's just comfort-wise, it's a little bit better. Yeah. Thanks, Cody.
There's some weeks out here that some of us have played 5 or 6 years, and we're still figuring out where to park. So,
if let's say it's the 5 of you guys, you're all hanging out. Maybe this is Sunday after a round. You're having a pint. What do you guys talk about?
Not golf.
Girls.
Really?
Not golf. Girls. Basketball.
I'm talking about girls.
You talking about girls?
That's all this guy talks about is girls.
You got a girlfriend?
Sometimes guys. No girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah. For strategic reasons.
So traveling to different towns, does that help you?
Like for the most part, we're trying to stay locked in, focused on keep things.
Bumble any good here?
Couldn't tell you.
So
it's probably definitely not golf.
It's not golf.
Definitely not golf.
How about walking down the fairway with your caddy? If it's not golf related, what are like? People wonder what the hell are they? Is it all golf? Because I think most of it think like. I mean, you just talk about stuff.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of sport talk.
Where you're
I
eating,
feel like.
where you're staying. Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Same
what
thing
shows
with your the guys you're playing against. It's all like what percentage of the conversation with a caddy is spent on golf?
That one shot.
I would say
the
like,
shots. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, unless he's getting an earful about something. The only other time.
Feagles caddy gets an earful a lot.
Yeah.
Really?
Hey, why didn't that golf ball do what it did last year?
Why did that ball hook 30 yards? I don't know, pro. That was probably you. Yeah. Fair enough.
How much do you give him? Does he read in your putts? Is he like? Do you really rely on this guy?
I mean, I don't know about y'all, but no, I don't have. My caddy doesn't read any of my putts.
Same.
Well, I mean, if you saw this guy putt, you would understand why he
Really?
read his putts.
I have my younger brother that caddies for me. He helps me read some putts. So
Daddy's a good green reader.
it's a good.
Will you let him? Will you let him overrule you?
Huh?
Will you let him overrule you?
No, but there's definitely a balance with caddies. Like you want to just be honest all the time. Like just tell me what you're feeling. Like some caddies are scared to like they might be a yes man and agree with you. Like just tell me if you think it's more or less. And then sometimes I'll trust you, sometimes I won't. So yeah, if it goes in, I'll definitely give you a thumbs up. If it doesn't go in, if I'm in a good mood, I'll be like, that's on me or whatever. But sometimes it's like, yeah, I should have just trusted my lead. Yeah.
Have you ever brought up old? You said it's your brother.
Yeah. I mean,
Have you ever brought up old stories, like because you were pissed at him, like like remember that time you were an asshole and you did it? Like
I just feel like if it's your brother or family member, like I talked to Harry Higgs about this. He has his brother Al on the bag. Like for some reason, having your brother, you just want to rip him even more. Like you just get so mad at them. Like one thing he loves to say, like if I'm getting pissed off, I'm like, you need to do a better job of calming me down. He just yells like, just relax, dude, like in a really angry tone. And it just makes me even more mad. I think it's just probably because you're brothers and stuff like that. But you can also like say certain things that you probably can't say to other caddies because it's your brother and he won't take it personally. So there's definitely goods and bad from it.
Yeah, we've had a regular guest is Bryson's old caddy when he was an amateur. And you can imagine those stories were just outstanding. So we'll move on to the next topic, shall we? All right, so we're going to have some fun here because we're going to keep you guys much longer. First of all, thank you for coming out, Dylan, especially Wade. Thanks for all you do for the tournament, the crew. I hope you all kick ass. But before you all go, I'm going to go down the line. I'm going to hit you with a few rapid fire questions. Okay, answer them rapidly, shall we?
You've got some rapid fires.
You can fire some too, babe.
Too, so
All right, you go first.
you go.
All right, I'll go first. Not my show. All right. Okay, so Mike, we're going to start with you. Now these are. What's the strangest thing you've ever found in a golf bag when you caddied? Did you ever caddy?
I did not.
You never caddied?
I did not know.
Oh, you were so white collar.
I caddied in college. In
You caddied? All right, then how about you answer? What's the craziest thing you found in the bag?
That's the worst. Literally, food is probably the number one thing.
Weed.
No, I can't think of anything.
You weren't digging hard enough.
I remember going into the bag. I think probably a weed pen. I definitely found a weed pen or old cigarette. Yeah. Not much stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, what do we say? There's like another wedding ring. So, oh no, he hides his wedding ring. I don't know.
Hey, Taylor, are there many stoners on tour?
Caddies, definitely yes. I mean, a lot. I mean, I think in professional golf, a lot of people love chew and Zin. Like Zin is huge.
Yeah.
Like my brother's like Zins all the time. He's probably the only Asian that ever Zins too. I'd say, I mean, professional golfers and especially caddies, they're kind of degenerates. Like, love gambling. Yeah, they kind of embrace that lifestyle for sure.
Yeah, they do. That's why. Yeah, that's why you pay. All right, well, we'll come back to you, Mike, because I'm not gonna let you just walk away. So we know you never caddied. I mean, did you have a summer job or just golf all the damn time?
Yeah. I like when I was like 16. I like worked as like I used to pick the range. I never.
All right, that's. I mean, did you ever do anything outside of golf? Maybe McDonald's or Walmart's or something
I
like that?
I worked at PGA Superstore.
All right, it's close enough, right? I mean, you're still damn golf.
Yeah,
this
true.
better go well for you.
Hey, they have a tennis department.
Yeah, right. You sell the short shorts, right?
Hey guys, Sully here to tell you about my friends at Regal Distributing. Now, for more than 60 years, Regal Distributing Company has been helping customers grow their business by providing the right food service and professional cleaning supplies to a variety of industries. And man, do they do it right. Because they're smart. Which means they're able to offer expertise and in-depth product knowledge that helps customers like you think about your business in a whole new way. And what's the outcome? Well, they're going to help you improve your efficiency. They're going to reduce your cost. And they're going to help you maintain your quality. And all by providing consistently excellent service. So, to learn more, check out Regal Distributing. National reach with a local touch. Go to their website at getregal.com. That's getregal.com. Hey, Brian Sullivan of Golf Underground with my favorite orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Kevin Whitty from Sano Orthopedics. Hey, Doc, golf season's over. My back is killing me. I know it's football season, so you got a lot of kids coming in, blown ACLs, all sorts of body parts with problems. And then, of course, those baseball players. I know you fix a lot of elbows. Why is Sano Orthopedics the absolute best sports medicine orthopedic group in Kansas City?
Well, if you want to see the guys in town who've had the best orthopedic fellowship training in sports medicine, including training with Dr. James Andrews and Dr. Larry Lemack, come see us. We individualize patients' plans to get them back to that activity and that sport that they love, and we actually care and listen to our patients and follow up with them and make sure that they're getting the results they need.
Okay, and so the three things that separate you: number one, best training; number two, you specialize in getting people on that field; number three, you're actually listen. Where can I learn more? Because you got me all in, and I don't really want to get fixed, but it's time.
At SanoOrthopedics.com, 816-525-2840.
Hi, this is George Brett, Hall of Fame baseball player, and I've been playing golf for over 35 years. Hitting the ball far was never my problem, but the closer I got to the greens, that's when my problems began. When I wanted a golf practice area in my backyard, I called Celebrity Greens. They are the industry leader in custom-built synthetic golf greens. These championship caliber, low-maintenance greens roll great, react like real bent grass, and hold chip shots that check and spin. I absolutely love mine, not only in Kansas City, but also in Arizona. Call the pros at Celebrity Greens at 1-888-507-7960 or visit them online at celebritygreens.com. Practice like the pros, or people like me that want to be pros, right in your own backyard.
Hey, Brian Sullivan, Golf Underground, with a little tip for you. If you're looking to buy a new Ford, you have to check out my buddy, Jason Gudenkoff at Lewisburg Ford. They've been saving Midwest Ford buyers thousands of bucks for over 40 years because they do business the right way. They sell everything, check this out, for $50 over invoice. That's simple and cheap. And they win a lot of awards. In fact, they won Ford's President's Award 17 times. That's the top Ford award. And they only give it to dealers with superior customer satisfaction in sales and service. So they know how to take care of customers better than anybody. Now, what these guys know how to do also, keep this in mind, sell trucks. Lewisburg Ford has sold more F-150s than any other Ford dealership in Greater Kansas City. That's 2 years running. And last year, they were the #1 F-150 sales leader in the entire state of Kansas. So, no hassle. $50 over invoice pricing, unparalleled customer satisfaction, and a huge selection. That's a perfect recipe for selling trucks. So, check out all their inventory and prices online at lewisburgford.com or give them a call at 816-444-2300.
New golf clubs, a big screen TV to watch the U.S. Open, or maybe even a new golf cart that I've got my eye on.
No matter how you choose to spend the savings, if you're looking to put a dent in your monthly heating and cooling bills, the answer may be right over your head. If your attic isn't insulated properly, you're missing out on a prime opportunity to cut costs. Call the certified energy experts at Star Companies, Inc., 816-353-2160 for a free estimate to learn how they can help you save money. 816-353-2160 or visit starcompanieskc.com.
Do you have retirement dreams about perfecting your swing and spending your time on the green? Or maybe you have a bucket list of golf courses you'd like to travel to. Whatever your financial goals are, Mariner Wealth Advisors is your advocate. We take the same care in understanding where you stand today as we do in understanding where you want to be in the future. Then, we help you set a personalized plan to help you achieve your long-term vision. Contact Mariner Wealth Advisors today to start your financial planning journey. Visit MarinerWealthAdvisors.com to find a location near you.
Mariner Wealth Advisors, otherwise known as MWA, is an SEC-registered investment advisor. Registration of an investment advisor does not imply a certain level of skill or training. For additional information about MWA, including fees and services, please contact MWA or refer to the disclosures on our website. Please read the disclosure statement carefully before you invest or send money. This advertisement should not be considered investment advice or a recommendation to buy or sell securities.
All right, but I will ask you this, Mike. What's the funniest or most embarrassing golf-related thing you've seen here at on the web tour?
Most embarrassing thing I've seen?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be you who got embarrassed. Could have been someone else.
Oh, man. Does it have to be out here?
Nope.
All right, well, this story kind of hit like maybe got viral a year ago. Dylan might know the story. One of my teammates in college, during the Big Ten championship, he pissed his pants, and he felt really embarrassed about it. And there was like a big weight on the tee box, and Nick Hardy walked over to like use the restroom after him, and like we were wearing like khakis, and Nick saw him, and it was more of like a testament of how good of a friend Nick is, because he just pissed himself after, didn't make him not feel as bad. So they both just had piss just down their legs. No. Oh yeah, swear to God, this is an actual story. Swear to God,
Nick did not do that.
It was on Zaire Golf, dude. It was like a big story. Yes. And
Nick is the greatest guy ever.
The greatest guy ever. And but yeah, I mean, so then they finished the last 4 holes of the second round of the Big Ten championship with just piss running down their legs.
No.
Full on Billy Madison.
Yeah. So the lesson is wear dark pants.
I mean.
All right, Cody, you're up next. You're up next. All right, if you could play a round of golf with any celebrity, male, female, or other, who would it be and why?
Trump, yeah, I mean, that's up there. No, can I just build a foursome?
Please.
I would go Tiger, obviously. He's the greatest of all time. And then I would go Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr, because I would love to see how Tiger handles the greatest shit talkers of all time.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's not bad, right?
You know, Tiger's a shit talker, though, too, I guess.
He is. But, you know, those guys do it for a living, so. What's Tiger shit? You know, he can't
all right.
tampon to JT.
If you had to pick one thing Chappelle would say to Tiger, what do you think it would be?
I don't think that's appropriate.
Come on.
I'm not.
Give me like the PG-13 version.
Come up with some. What does he say? So he's walking down. Let's see, right? He's walking down 17, 18. Chappelle's probably had a few cocktails.
I would hope so, yeah.
Like, what topic you think he might be, and how might he deliver it?
I think he could go two ways. Either women, I mean, that's an easy shot.
Yeah.
Or something about, forgive me, Tiger. Something about, Tiger's.
Is he dead? Did Tiger die?
His handicaps. Yeah, he's always
is there
around.
news we don't know about?
Yeah, I don't know. Something about the way he walks. That's, go something, I don't know.
What would it sound like? Like if you had to, if you had to impersonate.
That's up to Feagles, man. This is the king of impersonations right here.
What? No.
Yeah.
What's your best impersonation?
I don't have any.
Give us Trump. Hey,
Come
give us
on,
Trump.
give us
No,
one.
dude. I'm not.
All right, we'll let you.
China.
All right, Dylan, you're up. What's the most ridiculous excuse you've heard from a playing partner after a bad shot?
Let me think about this. There's so
I'm dying to
many.
hear these. The back.
No, there's. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think if I've done any. I feel like I have to say it to my brother.
We can talk. Yeah, we'll call your brother.
Just immediately look at the caddy before the ball lands. Just know it's not good.
It'd be. I'm trying to think of a really bad one. I don't think there's any really bad one. Like sometimes it's like, I think some players get mad if their caddy moves when they're swinging. So like sometimes there was one time that I got mad at my brother, and he was like 10 yards behind me, like behind, and his shadow moved like right when I was taking my backswing, and I just chunked the shit out of the ball.
Yeah.
I just let him have it for like 30 seconds, and I think it was in the practice round. Like it wasn't even in an actual tournament.
What were you saying?
I don't know what I was saying. I love to say like, what do I love to say? Like I say like, why are you so bad at your job? Like, should fire you. Can't wait. Why am I even having you on the bag?
Wait, listen. Yeah. You know what's always amazed me? You guys are out here on tour, and you might be on the in the tee box, and the rope with patrons or fans is like 5 feet behind you, and you can't make everyone stop moving. And yet it doesn't seem to bother you guys. Yet you go play in a Saturday afternoon round of golf with Jimmy the Stiff, who you happen to be walking over by the trap, and he says, "Hey, would you slow it down?" What lesson would you give Jimmy the Stiff?
Just shut the hell up.
Shut the hell up. That's the only advice you could possibly give him, Cody.
There's definitely tour guys that do it. I played with, I'll throw somebody under the bus. I mean, I was playing with Brian Harmon at the U.S. Open at Torrey. And you have people around the green, right? There's like a group of like 5 rows deep. And you have people like walking like 50 yards. Like they're not even close to the hole.
Right.
And his caddy and him are like yelling at people to stop in the background. I'm like, this guy has such little just such an angry human. I'm like, why are you so angry, dude? He's so good at golf. Why are you so angry?
That's good. All right, love it. Wade, you're up. What's the wackiest or most memorable fan interaction you've experienced during a tournament?
Oh, geez, during a tournament?
It could have been after, and we've got some leeway here.
Not rapid fire.
No.
No, these are
like
yeah.
Sully
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah. All right, I'll switch it up for you because
About your brother.
You're struggling with
Should
this.
I do that?
Kind of during a tournament. It's more like practice round. It's kind of funny.
So Dylan's brother wrote.
My brother's not like Feagles, but I'm married, but he's very single. So he loves this one thing he loves to do is throw golf balls during practice rounds to girls in the crowds. Like
Your brother does this?
Yeah, we're playing at the Honda anywhere in Florida. Writes his number down, throws it to a girl in the crowd.
Yeah,
and literally does it, and then literally. So it was at the Players this year. Drew, Wade's agent Drew is also Justin Lauer's agent, one of my best friends. We're playing a practice round, and Jeremy throws this ball to the crowd. My other brother, Jeremy's twin, is walking, and tells Drew okay, let's mess around with Jeremy. So he gives Drew Jeremy's number, and then Drew, the rest of the round, pretends to be this girl. This goes on, pretends to be this girl, and it's and there's some parts he's like, Drew, I think Drew at one point called him daddy, and then he referred to himself as daddy in the next sentence, and then it got to the point where Drew was like, "You want to see a picture?" And then Jeremy's like, showing it to another caddy or something. He's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, of course. And then it's just a selfie of Drew.
My agent.
So then all the caddies heard that story that week and call him daddy now.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Definitely the best. I did have a guy that was like a walking score / range volunteer in Canada at the Tour Championship, like overfan, like would walk with me inside the ropes like during the tournament, all 18 holes, and then like send me Twitter messages after about like how good I played.
Did you play the pro-am with him? How did he know
No,
how
I don't
famous
know.
and gorgeous you were?
I do have a face for radio though. This is on.
That's right.
This is on radio.
So how'd you let him down softly?
I just didn't reply on Twitter.
You ghosted him? Oh, that's heartless.
Not every time.
All right, let me hear it.
Last year in Sarasota, Florida, a guy came up to me on the range and was like, just introduced himself. I'm like, all right, whatever. Start hitting balls. And then my caddy's like, hey, this guy keeps asking for you. I'm like, all right. So I turn around and like actually introduce myself, like kind of start talking. He's like, dude, this guy's like 70. He's like, I'm literally your biggest fan. I'm like, oh, like, thank you very much. Pulls out his phone. I'm his screensaver.
No way.
I swear to God. So it was, that was
no
funny.
way.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Thank you.
I was
Thank you.
like,
Right? What else can you say?
I didn't know
Thanks.
what to say. I didn't know how to respond to that one.
Did you get his snap?
Yeah. We've got a 384-day streak now.
Oh my God, that is funny. That's a good one. All right. Wait, I already got you. All right, Ben, you're up. All right, Ben. Final question. Let's make sure it's a good one. What's the most ridiculous golf fashion trend that you've witnessed or been part of?
Golf fashion. A couple of leaders in the clubhouse.
I feel like joggers is a pretty hot topic, or it was. I don't know. I don't wear them, but I don't have any
What's your
problem
opinion
with
of them?
Oh, they're fine.
Honestly.
I mean,
what was your first reaction? Like when you saw JT, like I had my own opinion when I saw him wearing them. I want like you're sitting all by yourself or with some friends and you see the little pants.
Yeah, I mean,
What
I don't
was the
think I would
reaction?
wear them. I wouldn't wear them myself, but
What do you
however
think is
people wanna
going
dress
on
is fine with me.
with those that do wear them? Like, what do you think's going on with them?
I think that they think that they have really pretty ankles, I guess. I don't know.
What's your take on the pants? Come on.
I mean,
You wear them? God.
Why do you think he's
No
on
wonder why he was a screensaver. All right, so that's
There's
it.
a lot of things a lot of people would wear for money. Right? True. I mean, you'd wear some ridiculous stuff out there on the
Oh, of course.
where you were getting paid to wear it.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? All right, one final, and this will be rapid fire. We're going to go right down the list. All right, very quick, and then we're going to let people have a nice cocktail. All right. Outside of golf, give me your all-time favorite fan. This is like you love this person. It could be a movie star. It could be, a band member. It could be like, wow, I want to spend time with this dude. Not even golfing with him or her. I sense I know where you're going.
Where am I going?
It's not going to be a man or that man on your screensaver or whatever, right? Huh?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan? Okay, got it.
Yeah, MJ. I mean, if I'm not saying Tiger, it's MJ.
Did you see that movie Air? Wasn't it good? I just watched it 2 nights ago. They didn't show him much though, did they?
Not once.
I know. His mom was a stud. That's good. All
How
right.
good was The Last Dance, though? Unbelievable.
It was amazing.
Unbelievable.
I'm telling you, I brought it full swing. I thought they did a great job with that.
I didn't watch a second of it.
Why?
I guess it was decent.
Cody made a promise to himself that he won't watch it until he's on it.
Nice.
He's right. Yeah. Feagles is right.
I thought it was You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man, you learn stuff about those guys. I did, right? I'm like, oh my God, like Brooks, I knew he was mildly vulnerable, but whew.
Find out that PGA Tour has a cut. That's when you find out a lot about full swing. Yeah. Say it like 100 times. Yeah. There's a cut.
Yeah. One of our first shows that we did like this was.
Did you know if you don't make the cut, you don't get paid?
Yeah. 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 We had Joel Damon. We did one of these probably two, maybe 3 years ago. And Joel shows up, and George Brett's here. He's normally with us. And he's like, so you on like the Korn Ferry tour or something? Right? And of course, Joel, here it is. Him and Higgs, of course, became crazy famous after their Phoenix opener, their waste management episode. It was a blast. All right, give me your. Did you say you didn't say MJ? We got two MJs. Just a famous person. Famous person you want to hang with, and like you're actually going to show interest and curiosity and ask him questions.
Blake Lively, 100%.
Oh.
Because she's also married to Ryan Reynolds. I think he's super cool, but she's also an absolute smoke show. So.
Yeah. What's the shark movie? I just watched that one last week.
The Shallows?
Yeah. Amazing actor. Jeez. Does anyone act in a shark movie, by the way, Dylan?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you don't care. Next.
John Hess.
Where is he?
He's right there.
There he is. Yeah, John. How many times have you won the Duke? Yeah, that's what I thought.
I say.
All right. Wait, you're up.
Actually.
Why? That's an interesting.
Huge Gator fan. So growing up, being a Florida Gator fan, and he was inventing new ways to play college football. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Why haven't you met him?
You haven't set it up.
Would you like to meet him?
Sure.
I have no pull.
We can probably figure it out. I haven't really tried that hard.
That's what I mean. Listen, you get what you ask for there, waiter. Listen, think of some of these young kids who are going to be running around here, and they're going to see you guys being all stars, and they're going to look behind the ropes and go, I don't think I should talk to Michael because he's famous, and he's got old guys who like him, man. I want that kid to feel like he could talk to you, Mike. That's what's so great about the old Korn Ferry tour, right? Before you become Dylan Wu, you're approachable out here, right? Ben, you're up next.
Max Verstappen, big race car.
Who?
Race car. Max Verstappen. He drives Formula F1. I just want him to teach me how to really drive. So,
really?
Yeah.
Did you watch the Miami race?
Oh yeah.
It's like a simulator thing. It's like
I got a simulator.
Do you really?
Yeah. I mean, it's a cheap rig, but yeah.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Okay, well, we're going to let you go. I do want to thank you, honestly, on behalf of Advent Health and all of Kansas City. You didn't have to take your time out to do this, and we're all going to be rooting for you. We're a little bit closer, right? These are guys we want to follow, right? Maybe this Sullivan Sportsbook will be out back after this. But on behalf of Blue Hills, everyone, go kick some ass. Have a great time. Big round of applause for the crew.
Can I encore this real quick?
Please do. Oh, you got some bonus ones.
Yeah, I do. I've got some bonus questions.
Take them.
I've got one for everybody. So, Feagles, favorite place to travel on tour and why?
Favorite place to travel on tour. We all know the why.
We've already answered that question.
Yeah, I mean, Nashville's got to be up there.
Fair.
I'm sure you can figure out why.
Sure. Broadway. Yep. Dylan, ideal off day looks like what?
Ideal off day, waking up, eating a lot of food, eating a lot of probably barbecue or Asian food, taking a nap, door dashing a pizza. This is literally what I did 2 days ago when I missed the cut in Byron. I literally did nothing and then took my dog. I didn't even go out. I let my dogs out. Just door dash a pizza, take a nap, just watch shows. I think I was watching Big Bang Theory.
Sick.
And then
Sick.
and then just go maybe play some blackjack at the casino. I like blackjack. And drinking some wine.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You are having a yard sale up here, by the way, with all the grass.
Yeah,
I had a couple of days the last couple of days.
Yeah. Cody, one thing about you that's not in your PGA Tour bio.
What's in my PGA Tour bio?
I don't know. I haven't looked. I'm just like, what's a random fact that maybe you wouldn't have put on that sheet or anything like that?
That's a fact, yeah. That's a good question, Benny. I would love to start surfing, but I'm terrified of sharks.
Fair.
Yeah.
I've got a working theory on that. You have a 100% chance of not getting bit by a shark on land.
That's a fact. Hey,
Yeah.
they don't come to our home, so why should we go to theirs? That's
Exactly.
what I say.
Exactly. Fair. Ben, what does your dream barbecue plate look like?
Dream barbecue plate. I'll do pulled pork sandwich. I'll do brisket, mac and cheese, baked beans, a little coleslaw, some hot barbecue sauce.
Carolina?
No.
Not of Carolina?
In Texas, but we moved to North Carolina when I was 10.
Fair. Smart answer.
Yeah. He didn't say Kansas City barbecue, though, did he?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I'm good. Yeah.
Was that it? Do you feel
For
better?
Sully?
Huh?
I don't
I got
have
a
any
question.
questions.
Wait.
Yeah.
What's the best barbecue spot in town?
Ooh.
So I'm a big fan of Jack Stack, which is right
Going
down
there
the
right
road.
now after this.
Yeah,
Are
Jack
ya?
Stack.
So, like, okay, if you had money to put on a player this week out of these four, who would you put it on? This guy's won twice.
Yeah, no,
Fair.
Yeah, did.
$100. Who are you putting it on?
In Kansas, because betting's legal in Kansas.
Boy, I got to tell you, after my homework, I got Chip is so damn handsome. I'm gonna go with Ben.
Fair.
Put it down.
Yeah.
$100.
Mark
Ben, $100. All right, we take. Who thinks Ben's gonna win this week? All right, we'll go right over. How about this one?
Faster he wins again, the faster he goes to the big tour. We don't have to deal with him anymore.
All right, let's go have fun, guys. Thank you. God bless.